Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is the place where we break down trending news, viral episodes, and real stories from around the world. In today's video, I'll be reacting honestly, sharing my thoughts, and giving you a clear perspective. So make sure to watch till the end and let's get started.
I was a councilman running for my 5th term.
Okay.
And my grandson, he made a malicious video, a podcast that
Involving you?
Involving our families.
Okay.
Discretions.
So how old are you?
I'm 62 now.
Okay. So your reputation was one of what?
Well, I'm just cut to the quick. We, as a family, were migrant workers working in Texas.
Right. You mean in the past, your family, you come from a family of migrant workers?
Yes, ma'am. And
okay.
I, as the oldest, been trying to work on our family legacy. I've been the one who's been the breadwinner and basically guiding and leading our family. Okay. And not just our family, but the community, ma'am. Right. We've been working in the different churches, working in the different homes.
Are you a pastor too?
Well, assistant pastor at that time.
Okay.
But before, as I progressed, I got more into politics. But first, a community activist, then got into the politics.
So as my understanding is that you just realized you were related to him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so tell me your story.
So my story is I'm adopted, and my adopted mother, I later found out she was actually my biological auntie. That's only because, so I'm a doctor, I'm a psychologist, and I've been working with generational healing and truth for my community. Okay. So as a result, I wanted to know who was my family and where was I from.
So you grew up in a household where you were adopted by someone who you thought was just a stranger who adopted you, but you later learned that the person that raised you as a mother?
As a mother.
Was really your aunt.
Correct.
But she never told you that.
She never told me that until I figured it out through, I did ancestry DNA tests.
What, you were an adult then?
I was an adult then.
Okay, were you her only child?
Yes.
You're the only child in the household?
Correct.
And all those years of your childhood, she never once said, we're really related?
She never told me that.
Well, was she a mother to you?
She was a great mother. She inspired me to become a psychologist. She's a psychiatrist herself.
Okay.
And I actually needed that. I wasn't helping myself. So when I did the DNA test, I found some cousins. Actually, I have some evidence from my DNA test. I found some cousins in Sharman, Texas.
Right.
And that's when they introduced me to some pictures, some old family pictures, and I seen a lady that looked like my mother, and I said, hey.
Your mother who adopted you.
Who adopted me, and I called her on FaceTime and said, hey, I'm in Sharman, Texas, there's a lady look just like you, and that's when she broke down and told me that she's actually my biological auntie, not just my adopted mother.
I can show some light on that, if you don't mind, Judge. We had to make a hard decision.
When was this decision?
I was 30, and my daughter was messing around with a man who was around my age, around 24. She was only 14. Okay. And she got pregnant by him. Okay. Now, I had a hard decision I had to make. The dad, he was in the drugs. He were, again, violence. And again, as a man that was trying to out there working with the people in the community, and then my child getting caught up in that, I didn't know what to do.
Well, you didn't seem to have a strong hold on your child. I mean, what were you doing at home trying to help everybody in the community? What was you doing at home? I tell you one thing, I could not have had a boyfriend. I couldn't have had a boyfriend when I was 14. I was not allowed to take company, as they used to say.
Same thing here, ma'am. Don't get me wrong.
Okay, well, then how your daughter got out from under you?
Again, as parents, we do the best we can.
Right, but what were you doing for her?
Again, I raised my child right. Don't get me wrong. I raised in the church, strictly by the Bible. Right. We were going by godly principles. Right. My child knows what she did. Right. And she knows what she did because we made that decision that we had to make that hard call.
What hard call did you have to make?
The hard call we made, ma'am, was that...
And stop yelling.
I'm sorry. The hard call we made was that I had a choice. Press charges or abortion. And I don't believe in abortion or adoption. And then when I say...
So let me understand. So your daughter gets pregnant by this bad guy?
Yes, ma'am.
And at 14?
At 14.
And you decide that did you have a wife?
I'm sorry?
Did you have a wife at the time?
I said we as a family.
As a family decided that we were going to give the baby up for adoption. Is that right?
With my daughter, with the other members of my family, my sister, all of us was together when we made this decision.
Right.
Well, this case is a little crazy. I mean, to be honest with you, one thing I want to mention here is that this guy has a podcast apparently that went viral, his story that shed light on this political figure who was running for office in some way, shape, or form as a councilman, and it lost him the election. But I gotta say, who the heck is watching this dude's podcast? I mean, the dude makes no facial expressions and literally talks as if he's reading from a far distance. I just don't understand who would be listening to a podcast from this dude. Now, his story is very interesting. I find it to be interesting that he got adopted and they lied to him about it. And it turns out that his mother happened to be kind of a young, teen pregnancy, and they were trying to cover it up. In my opinion, if that got you to where you lost the election, it's not your grandson's fault because you are the one who abandoned him. You are the one who got rid of him. You are the one that made the choice to hide things from him. So, the consequences will sometimes hit you in the face. And if you're lying about stuff and then it gets out that you were lying and people don't like that, that's not this dude's fault. So in my opinion, I think that this grandfather who is suing this grandson is a piece of crap. How dare you do that? First of all, how dare you do that to your daughter where you rip the child from her just because you don't agree with certain situations and you're trying to cover up the fact that she made mistakes, when in reality, she should be able to raise and be with her son. I just don't understand how you could do such a thing to somebody. What do you guys think about this? Because I myself feel like this grandfather is about to lose this case, but what do you guys think? Do you think that he has a case, and do you think what he did was right, and would you do the same thing?
So what was the decision that the family made?
So instead of just going to a legal adoption agency, my youngest sister took her in.
When she gave birth, your sister,
yes, ma'am,
who was how old?
She's just a couple years younger, so she had to be 28.
She took her. Why didn't y'all take her? Why didn't you just raise the baby like it was your baby?
Again, the decision.
He wanted nothing to do with me.
No. It was more to it. See,
why do you think that? Because he didn't like who your daddy was.
The family was messing with us.
And also, Your Honor, when I did the ancestry DNA, I found my cousins. They led me to my grandpa. I went to his house thinking he would be happy to see me. He never seen me, and he told me that he didn't know what I was talking about, and he didn't actually want to see me. He basically told me to leave his doorsteps.
Well, then, I don't understand something, but you were raised by his sister.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes.
But my question is, if this was family, how come you didn't know who this man was?
He never came around, Your Honor, and they hid it.
The family got mad at me, Your Honor. Okay. Everybody got mad at me. I was being extorted by his other side, his family. They were threatening me, trying to expose stuff. So I had a lot of pressure going on at the time.
Mr. Gaines, okay, this is not a political speech. Your sister agreed to take him.
Yes.
But then she stopped talking to you?
Yes, she got mad too. Everybody felt the decision I made was wrong.
Okay, because your sister thought that you should what?
Maybe they might have felt that I should have raised the child myself. I don't know.
Or let my
but like I said, I was being extorted by the people. They knew where I was in the community. They knew what our legacy of our family.
It's all about your reputation. This don't feel like this about no family. Because guess what? There's family right there. Your blood is running through this person right there, and you keep talking about the community and the community and the community and the community. And how your sister is raising him, and you don't have him in the family.
My sister got mad at me.
Right.
Because of the decision we made, so we weren't talking either.
What were you doing to repair that relationship? It means so much to you, the legacy and all, remember?
You know, it's hard being a black man in America. No, Judge, it's hard being a black man in America.
It's hard being a black woman in America, too. Is that where we going?
I'm stating the fact that we make hard decisions and we have to live with it.
Stop, please.
This is what always happens. When you get political power and influence in your community, you decide to just care more about your power and influence rather than the mission of actually serving people and also serving your family. In my opinion, if you cannot serve and stabilize your own family, you have no credibility to go and serve and protect a community. How dare you sit there and say, well, I needed to, protect and rely on the community. They rely on me and my reputation. I'm like, bro, if you are unable to sort the stuff within your own household, then you should definitely not be leading or participating in anything in government. I mean, we see that right now in our own government. If people cannot, fix the fact that they're going around and doing mattress polo with young kids, and they're going around to islands and they're doing all the crazy stuff, and then they're going to actively participate in covering it up to save their reputation, save their power and influence, then you gotta get out of there. And guess what? The people have a right to know this. The people need to know so that they cannot vote for your ass, because if you're going to cover up stuff and disregard your own family members for the sake of just power and influence, I don't want you leading. I don't want you participating in anything. And I don't think that that's crazy. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with me or do you disagree?
You don't even know what you want. You don't know what your goals are. You don't know what you're working
man, I take that offense. I don't know what I'm going in. As a man of God, I know what I was going through.
Okay, a man of God wouldn't have given up his child.
But I could have made a choice of abortion. I didn't make that choice either.
What?
I made the choice to hold on to the child.
Watch your tone.
I'm going to send you outside because you're raising my blood pressure.
I'm sorry. No, but I could have did that in a time when that's the quickest thing they do.
You need to stop yelling.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? You have given me every possible excuse. Then you got to come down to a black man in America. I mean, really? Really? This boy finally shows up, a grown man, and says, Grandpa, I know how much family means to you. Here I am, your family. And what happened?
And he said, I don't know what you're talking about. Leave my doorstep.
Told you to get out of his face.
Yes.
And then what'd you do?
I left, and actually what I did was I already had a podcast, so I made a series called Healing Intergenerational Pain and Trauma, and I told my truth. I told my truth about...
What did you say in your truth?
Yeah, so I told the truth about me being adopted, not knowing my real mother, and finding out that my grandpa actually tried to hide my mother.
I didn't try to hide.
Because she was 14, and the fact he was embarrassed because he was trying to be a politician, and he didn't want that on his...
That was worth more. That reputation was worth more.
Yes.
What about your mother, your biological mother? Did you reach out to her?
I still haven't met her yet.
Why haven't you met her?
I've been trying, but there's still a disconnect with I heard she was in Washington, D.C., but I'm still only hearing, and I still haven't got a connection with her.
Well, you know what? And all this stuff that I'm hearing that he's trying to protect family ain't even talking to each other. Somebody's in Washington, D.C., we don't know where she is. His sister's with you, not even talking to him. You go 18, 20 years and didn't even go to a family reunion or a barbecue chicken party. Nothing. So you told your truth on the podcast.
Yes.
And then what happened?
And then that's when he felt betrayed, or he felt like I was sabotaging, I was sabotaging his political campaign because he was in the middle of a campaign.
Oh, he was in the middle of a campaign.
Yes, he was in the middle of a campaign.
What was this? Your fourth or fifth term?
Fifth term, but see, again,
did you lose?
Yes, ma'am. I lost because of the video.
No, you lost because of who you are.
No, ma'am, please.
Please. You lost because of who you are.
And I'm a good man. It's hard.
So, and then you know what really tells you who you are?
Yes,
you
ma'am.
sitting here suing this boy about your reputation. It's still about your reputation. It's not about family. Can I tell you what it sounds like it's about? It's about me, and a little bit more of me. Oh, did I mention me?
Okay, yes, maybe we didn't communicate. Yes, I was taken off guard. But then you come and we talk it out, man to man. You don't go and exploit our secrets out to the world.
I tried to talk it out
but you don't do that. That's what this culture
doorsteps.
does.
Excuse me, he showed up at your doorstep. This man to this man.
A lot of people show up. I didn't know who he was, ma'am. I haven't seen him. My sister pulled him away.
I'm your grandson. Should have clicked in your head.
A lot of people say these some family members trying to steal me for money.
Okay, now you know he is your grandson.
And now I do. Yes, I do.
You have got to stop yelling at me.
I'm
going to step out of here in a minute. I don't like to be yelled at.
Yes, ma'am.
Where do we come up with the $20,000? What is this supposed to represent to you?
First, again, when he came out with the podcast, we sent him a cease and desist letter. Again, just to say, hey, and I was planning to talk to him later on about this, but not in the middle, in the heat of a campaign. That's
okay, well, the campaign's over. Now you lost. Now where are we? Family. When's the last time y'all had a family reunion?
Okay, and I'll be real here. I've been trying to reach out. I've been trying to call. I've been trying to talk to him. He doesn't want to talk to him. Now I am the villain. Okay, I got that.
Do we have any witnesses here?
Yes, my mom is actually here.
Your biological mother?
Not my adopted mother. Okay. But I always call her mom, but she's actually my auntie now that I found that out.
But she's still mom.
She's still mom.
Mother is a verb.
Yes.
She mothered you.
Yes.
There's some mothers that are nouns that are not mothers. There are other kind of mothers.
Yes.
The court's going to call Evelyn Gaines Reed. Come forward and be sworn, miss. Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. You could step over here with your son. So, Miss Reed, I've been hearing a lot of testimony about this family and these secrets, and I'm sure you heard some of the testimony outside.
Yes.
How do we go all these years without him, your son, knowing the situation?
Well, we know that this case probably is not going to work out for him because this dude literally needs to get a life. I mean, if you lose your election because truth comes out about what you've done, that is not the fault of the grandson that you abandoned. I don't know how else I can make sense of it other than the fact that this doesn't make any sense. You don't get to just say, well, I'm going to sue you just because you decided to share the truth when I have no working relationship with you. I mean, I personally feel like, the other part of this is that his podcast was not designed to air out the dirty laundry. It was to work through his truth and to find healing and, purpose in the fact that his whole family completely lied to him. I mean, I don't know how you move forward when you realize that not only did your mother lie to you your whole life, but also your biological mother is gone and nowhere to be found, your father, your grandfather, and all this stuff. And suddenly now you're being brought in court. Like, this dude's gonna have to be healed drastically for this. So what do you guys think about this? Because I myself find that this grandfather here is a terrible, terrible grandfather.
Well, I adopted him when he was a baby. And so I didn't feel it was a need to say, what the trauma was until he got older. And when he got older, then I was more than welcome to say that I'm his aunt, but I love him as my child.
But you didn't tell him. He found it out through Ancestry or one of these other websites.
Yes, he did.
Right, but why didn't you tell him?
I just wanted to make sure, Your Honor, when he was ready. Right. I didn't want to force a trauma because I'm actually healing as well.
Right.
With me protecting the legacy. I don't have personal, biological children of my own.
Right.
So he was my child.
And he is your child.
Yes.
Well, everybody keeps hearing about this family legacy, but it just sounds like a title because I don't see family here. Where's family going on here? Families are separated, living in different places, not talking to each other, keeping secrets. When's the last time you saw your brother?
I haven't seen him in a while due to the fact is, listening to him outside, arguing with you, he's very irate.
Right. And
he's not where you can even have a common conversation with him.
Come on.
There you go again, always interrupting.
And I want him to know that I really love him, Your Honor. But all these years, he's talking about him, and not this child. This child is in our family.
I mean, when's the last time there was a family reunion? What about when we all got together around the tree and would follow la-la-line? When was the last time that happened? Talks on people's birthdays, anniversaries, none of that happened.
No.
So y'all don't really have family. Sounds like y'all don't have family. Where's the family? Where's this great family that we've been protecting? Where is it?
I've been working on it.
But where you've been working on it for 30 or 40 years, and you've gotten nowhere. Look where you are, in court, suing your only grandson for $20,000 for ruining your reputation when you ruined your own reputation.
But, Your Honor, again, like you said, she could have said something. All this time,
Always
I'm
somebody
the only
else.
one holding secrets.
Always somebody else. Get a mirror. Take a look at the man in it. I'm ready to rule. Judgment for the defendant. Good luck to you.
All rise.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
final comments on the case?
Yeah, I just want to say family's supposed to be everything, but my grandpa showed me sometimes personal things like political gains is more important than family.
Again, I'm just trying to teach a young man how to grow up, a young boy to grow up to be a man. And I'm surrounded by women, and I was surrounded by women today in this court, not giving me a chance to speak.
Well, guys, you heard it from him, the grandfather, who claims to be, the right guy for the job of leading people and helping the community and helping people who are in pain or on the margins. But for whatever reason, he can't seem to help the fact that he's a narcissist. And this is something that I find interesting about most people who go into politics, into leading as political leaders, is a lot of them tend to actually have to be narcissists in order to even think that, of course, they're the right person for the job. I mean, come on, think about it. If you're willing to say, I'm the one that is capable and the only one who could lead this whole country or lead this city or lead this entity within politics, you got to be a little bit narcissistic in order for you to believe that in yourself. I mean, let's just be real here. So in my opinion, I find that this whole court case was 100% correct. I agree with the judge in this one. I can't even imagine this guy ever winning this case, and I'm glad that he didn't win his whole, political election, because if you're going to run a campaign on certain core values, but then you don't live out those core values, I mean, shocker, most politicians don't, then you're going to lose your election. And then if you're going to go and sue the guy who is responsible for it, when in reality, you got to look in the mirror, like the judge said, it's your fault. I think that, you got a lot of, learning to do. But when you get to that age, most likely you're not going to change. Most likely you're not willing to look at yourself, because once you get to that age, newsflash, guys, if you're this age and you got problems and your kids are telling you got problems, I think it's time for you to realize that you need to look in the mirror and realize that you might need to grow. Yeah, even at that old age, you can still grow and change. What do you guys think about this, though? Do you agree with this judgment or do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below.